Welcome back to MagicGatheringStrat. Today we're playing the Trinket deck, UB Trinket Control versus someone. The Trinket deck is a deck that my friend has created. I have been to the Pro Tour twice, but both times I had less than good results. But my friend, who will still remain anonymous, spent 7 years on the Pro Tour. He looked at Pauper and came to the conclusion that a blue-black control deck should rule this format, and created this deck. He tried several iterations, but then he found DC Casanuda's deck that he has. Casanuda has had a lot of results with in the dailies, and he modified it to make this deck. I play this deck to 3 4-0s and maybe 15 3-1s. I'm seeing a glimmer post over there, so this might be Izzet post. Or mono blue. Oh, the prism sounds like Izzet. And we're going to shitter them. This is one of the most interesting matchups for this deck, because my pro friend has a 65-35 record against Izzet post, but I have a losing record. So it takes a lot of skill to play this matchup on both sides. Luckily, the Izzet post players are normally not familiar with playing this kind of blue-black control. They often mistake this deck for ninja teachings or making smart plays variant, but they are all much slower. The idea with the Trinket deck is to build massive card advantage through creatures and just good spells. He can still be mono blue. We are gonna prepare for Muldrift the next turn, so we need to play the other Aqueduct. Not countering the Augur spells means that he's probably Izzet. A mono blue post deck would counter the Augur. And here we go for some red. Oh, he's truthing the Augur. That's not card advantage, so he might be mono blue still. And he's tapping out for compulsive research, so we can tap out for Muldrifter. This matchup is very clock intensive in a tournament. You have to play it really fast because it will go on for a long time. I have less experience playing against... Oh, now we can do the Muldrifter combo thingy. There's a cloud of fairies. That surprises me a lot, actually. And a flicker. Why is there a cloud of fairies in there? Okay, we are bogging him. There's obviously a mnemonic wall in the deck. And we are going for Muldrifter combo. So the combo is playing the Muldrifter with Evoke. And then cast Undying Evil on it, which is usually a nightmare for any control deck. So I have 6 power on the board and have to discard another Fume Spitter, I guess. I think I need the Crypt Rats. The Grim Harvest is the win condition, of course. So I am discarding the Fume Spitter. He's at 5 cards and still haven't seen any red. We fear Izzet post more than we fear mono blue post, because Izzet post can finish the game with just 1 Rolling Thunder. And here is a Muldrifter. We are gonna kill this Muldrifter immediately because we fear Ghostly Flicker shenanigans. So we are gonna play Sign in Blood, Diabolic Edict, and Augur, and hit him for 6. I am using Sign in Blood before attacking, if in case I find my Silvok life staff. So we're hitting him for 6. Playing Augur of Skulls for control overkill. Think he's in trouble now. He can Glimmer Post all he wants, it doesn't affect the board. Serrated Arrows does affect the board pretty bad. And I think we are now going for even more cards. So Muldrifter should probably get countered. Should get countered. Yes. We finally got to counter something. We don't play counter spells. Because we like to tap out every turn and maximize the use of our lands. Of course, Fume Spitter is quite worthless in this matchup and will be boarded out soon. I expect to see Muldrifter, Spire, stuff, and what else? A Man of War or two. Well, let's see what he does. And of course the Seagate Oracle that everybody loves. Alright, we are gonna hit him and then spit. Okay, we spit first. See if he has a counterspell. She didn't, so we're gonna use the spitter on the Oracle if he blocks. Which he does, so we use it. And of course he can flicker in response. Didn't. So that guy is gone. We are playing Trinket Mage. And I think we're getting an Executioner's Capsule to kill a blocker. Or maybe we're getting nothing. And here is Augur of Skulls again. And we are ready to play Grim Harvest at the end of his turn for Muldrifter. For massive card advantage. This is the hard way of getting rid of Serrated Arrows. Just play 3 guys. He's at 10 now. He has glimmered 10 lives. But he needs to establish some board presence. I need to wait until Augur is dead before I harvest. Oh my god, that's a good flicker. He didn't even feel that he needed lives. But he doesn't want to tap out. So I expect Grim Harvest to get countered. And if he does, we might actually be lethal with Crypt Rats. So we are striking for 5 and I think we're going for the kill. And if that fails, we are casting Crypt Rats. So these are 7 black mana sources. So we actually have to not be able to cast the Muldrifter. And it can't flicker. I'm going for the kill. Saving the Muldrift for next turn. And I got the kill, so it's game. And we are up 1-0 against Mono Blue Post. Alright, now it's time to think about sideboarding, and actually I've given sideboarding some thought. A lot of thought. I've spent hours and hours and hours with my pro friend, and by committee we have set up a sideboard plan. I can't show you the sideboard plan right now because I have promised him not to, so that's actually the secret. But I can show you what I'm sideboarding against this deck. So this is what we're doing. For some reason I like to have a text interface when I play constructed, and a picture interface when I play limited. We are bringing in Chittering Rats, Duress, Deep Analysis, and the Spell Bomb. And we are taking out stuff. What stuff? You ask. And I'm looking at the list, and we are taking out 4 Fume Spitters, 2 Tragic Slips. Tragic Slip is a great card against Alamog's Crusher, which I expect to face now. And actually 3 Slips and 1 Edict. That's 8, 9. We need another Edict. So there we go. Alright. This is exactly the same sideboard as we use against Izzet Post. This is not the best hand. We do have Grim Harvest. Grim Harvest is a key card against any control deck. Got the Slip, the Duress, I think we're keeping. We only play 21 lands, so we really need to keep 1 and 2 land hands as often as we can, as often as it is defensible. So this is a hand we're gonna keep, and we're gonna go for the island with the second Terramorphic. Also now, knowing that he's not red, we don't have to be afraid of land destruction. Izzet Post often has land destruction in the sideboard because they need it in the mirror. This will be a critical Duress, and let's see what we get. We now desperately need another land to play the Trinket Mage. Temporal Fissure. Okay, he has some sort of Temporal Fissure engine going. That's why he had Cloud of Fairies. I don't like the idea of Temporal Fissure. I don't like the idea of Expedition Map. I don't care much about Negate or Dispel, actually. Extra cards he gets only by the Prism. I think I might take the Expedition Map or the Prism. Even if he makes me put all my things in my hand, he needs to have a clock, and he doesn't have that clock. So I am taking the Expedition Map here, playing my second land, and now I'm going for an island, and then I will be in dire straits unless I draw something. We know he has Dispel and Negate. And I will probably be starting over soon with 0 cards on the board. Right? Yeah, some artifacts. He allowed that. Will he allow the Life Staff? Yeah, he will. And I miss my 3rd land drop. I'm glad to see that I'm ahead of time, even though I'm speaking to you guys. It's really hard. I lost against New Plan playing Mono Blue Post because of time, and I never lose on time. I win a lot against Izzet Post on time, but New Plan beat me. New Plan is the premier mono-blue control player on Magic Online, I would say. I sometimes beat him, sometimes not, but last time we met, in this exact matchup, he won. The only two decks I played to 4-0s in dailies is Infect 3 times and this deck 3 times. So those are the decks that I feel that I am qualified to have opinions on. I've also played 2-3-1s, Stompy, Burn, and Grixis Storm, but I am no expert on those. Of course, maybe everyone can play Burn. I find Stompy to be the most complicated deck, more complicated than Grixis Storm, more complicated than this. Stompy has a lot of nuances, and I might do some Stompy videos actually, because I'm fascinated by the deck. Well, we don't have mana, and he has no threat, so we'll wait. And when we draw lands, our hand will be action-packed. Of course, a Crusher would be horrible for us now. The negate is gone, he still has the Dispel. He needs to be able to protect the Crusher against the Capsule. Now we have 3 mana, and he has only 4 spells, so I think we're good. We're gonna start off by Trinket Maging for more lands, and also to draw the counter, because the Chittering Rat is really more important here to stop him from developing his board. But we are going for Trinket Mage, and he's going to get a land to get us up to 5. We need more lands here so we can start doing Grim Harvest stuff. There's not much else to do. Of course, we can equip the Life Staff on the Trinket Mage. And now we have a threat. Go Trinket Mage! And as he wasn't countered, oh, that's a lot of mana. Oh my sweet Lord Jesus. Maybe he'll just ball us. I am gonna go for Chittering Rat now. I now have my life staff, so I don't need to do stuff before attacking. Play a land. Play the Chittering Rats. Still have nothing to harvest. Oh, the Chittering Rat hit. Yeah. He has 36 lives. So this is gonna take some time. We would need some Ogre Skulls actually, would be nice. Oh, maybe this Trinket Mage will get countered. I should have played the Swamp there to protect myself against mana leak. This time I'm getting the Capsule to be able to kill his stuff. Getting more cards. It's another Harvest and a Muldrifter. Alright, we are hitting him for 7. We get a 5-turn clock. I think he will be doing stuff soon. Of course, the Oracle. He has lots of lives, lots of mana. I think he will get something going pretty soon. And once the Muldrifter starts raining on us, we'll be in trouble. Three cards in hand. I have 5. I still don't have any dead creatures, but that will change. I'm tempted to Muldrifter, evoke Muldrifter, just to be able to slip the Oracle. But he has no black creatures, so the capsules and the slip is about equivalent. I have 2 capsules. Whoa, okay, yeah, we knew about that, didn't we? That's just a storm of 1. So I think he's going for the prism. Oh, 1 swamp. Oh, that's random. And here comes Seagate Oracle again. How unexpected. Well, 1 more card. What do you need? You need a Muldrifter. Oh, you would really enjoy the Muldrifter. Or a Compulsive Research. Just any card draw. We are in trouble. As soon as we can, we're gonna find the Spell Bomb and get rid of the Temporal Fissure. I think it's a single one in his deck. He has so much mana. Oh no, no, no! It's Familiar Storm coming to get us. I've been bragging about this deck, saying that it has no bad tier 1 matchups. There is one bad tier matchup. We are still looking at the statistics for it, but the worst one. Okay, it wasn't single. The worst matchup is Familiar Storm, but then you need to have real Familiar Storm. Because I am happy to wait for these lands again. And my creatures will just generate more card advantage if he goes for them. So I'm not that scared by this trick. Or maybe he can get rid of everything I have. Alright. Now we can use the slip to kill stuff. Or we can just distress him. Feels like the right thing to do here. Because we need to stop him from doing stuff next turn. And it's just counter spells. What I have that he can counter. It's really nothing that... Oh, it's the slip. Dispel or negate. Negate is more powerful. So let's get rid of that. His only card in hand is the spell. I should have known that. I've seen the spell and negate. Should have made notes of what he had in hand. He can now kill off one of my guys. He was not gonna do that. Alright. Time to discard some cards. I'm getting rid of Wall of Whispers. And I am getting rid of one of the Grim Harvests. Which may make him do stupid blocks next turn. Another Oracle. I'm not at all certain about how this match will go. Here's a Muldrifter. And he has now drawn more cards than I have. So this game is slowly slipping. With each Muldrifter that hits the table. And now Flicker will be a disaster. So our offense has now died totally, and he will be hitting us for 5 points a turn. So we need to set up Crypt Rats. He doesn't have too many counter spells, does he? And I think the right play here would be to Crypt Rat the board. He's actually leaving himself open for an attack, and he will then hit me for 3-7. So I need to know the Crypt Rats actually hit the table before I do anything stupid. So I'm playing them. They do hit the table. And we are going for the maximum amount of damage we can, which is probably 5. No, he wanted one Muldrifter to die. Of course, it was because of my Grim Harvest, as he wanted to get rid of that. Little does he know that I have a second one. But he prevented the Grim Harvest tricks by his Fisher quite well. And I think that his ability to play all this mana and his Temporal Fissure has now caused him to win this game. I think he's good. He needs just one flicker to rack my Crypt Rats. Oh, that's a nice card to have. Let's see what you got. Can you stop the Crypt Rats? I'm going for your flicker, sir. Cloud of Fairies, Dispel. So you will be fairly helpless after the Crypt Rats thing, I'd say. So I need to flicker. I need to Crypt Rat, I mean. And I'm gonna do it now. So they all die. And he is left with 2 Cloud of Fairies. I will be playing Muldrift next turn. Could work. We're fairly even in life. I would love to get rid of his graveyard. Let's see what we find with the Muldrifter. I'm happy for any comments on my play. I am, my friend has a 75% win, match win percentage with the deck, having played 450 games. I've also played 450 games now, and I'm closer to 68%. So I must be doing something wrong. Oh, Shittering Rats and Harvest for Muldrifter is tempting. But I am going for the pure Muldrifter here. And it worked. See what we get. Oh, the Nihil Spellbomb and Duress feel pretty good at this time to get rid of his 2 Temporal Fissures. Maybe he has a third one. So let's see what he does this turn. This game is fairly open now. Had I drawn a land, I could have gone Shittering Rats, Spellbomb, Duress next turn, which would have felt nice. But I think the key thing here is, oh, there I can do it. So let's start with the Duress. For his counterspell. And the Spell Bomb for his fissures. Yes! Oh, he didn't like that. Thank you for watching. UB Trinket playing Monoblow Post. A very long and yeah, hard control matchup. And I'm surprised we won 2-0 this. I think he gave up far too early here. My clock was slow and he had plenty of time to draw answers. And I would expect this match against the same guy to be much harder if we played in the tournament. And I am disappointed at people that quit too early in the tournament practice room. And especially people that quit after the first game and just waste everybody's time. I think in a while I will stop running tournament practice matches and run one-on-one money duels, so people really try to win. That will probably be better. I will also try to make a video of a daily. Well, thank you for watching. and see you later on Magic Gathering Strat.